Yo, what is up guys? SpongeyBoiAhoy here, and in this video, I try and survive 100 days in Minecraft. There have been a lot of videos made on this challenge, and I was originally going to do a Let's Play series, but then thought it would be more fun if I take the Luke the Notable way, and just record myself playing and then voice over after and explain what I'm doing. Anyways, the challenge is to spend 100 days playing on a random Minecraft world without dying once. If you die, then your whole world gets deleted. This is known as Minecraft Hardcore, which is exclusive to the Java version of the game on computer. And even though I have that version, I decided that I was just going to be playing on the normal difficulty on Minecraft Pocket Edition, so that way I could record more regularly. But even though I won't be playing on the hardcore difficulty, if I do die, I will be deleting my world, just to keep the main challenge of this series in play. Anyways, enough talking, let's get this thing started. Yo guys, SpongeyBoiAhoy here, 2 weeks later after editing this, and it is very cringy, so here's a new intro. Minecraft is my favorite game, so I decided why not just try and spend 100 days in it. Yeah, that's right, you heard it, I'm gonna be trying to spend 100 days in Minecraft, hooray! Here's the video, because I don't want it to be too long. I know the video is pretty long, so if you can't stick the whole way through, I understand. But hopefully you guys do enjoy it, because I did spend a lot of time in it. Anyways, please like, because this did take a while to do. And if you're new, subscribe, because I plan to do 200 days very soon. Okay, now for real, here's the video. Equipped with my Alex skin and my YouTube channel name, I was ready to take on this challenge. As I said, it's not supposed to be any specific seed, you just gotta make sure you're on survival and not creative. But anyways, day 1, here we are. Looks like we spawned near an ocean, which is pretty cool. And just a few seconds into the game, I saw 3 sheep, which I'm pretty sure were volunteering to give me some wool for a bed. After politely taking their wool, I decided to check out the village that was literally right next to the spawn. After I'm pretty sure taking all their food, I decided that I was gonna go cut down a tree. But then I saw one of these, a blacksmith. Look at this, I literally got an iron helmet and iron leggings, just from one chest. And as I was walking out, there was another house with a chest in it, and it had a saddle, so I could actually get my own pet horse. And now that I was done stealing from the villagers, I decided to get some wood. And I decided to go for birch as my first tree, because I don't think people usually go for birch first, but I personally like it, so I was just changing it up a little bit. After getting some wood that would supply me for the first few days, I decided to upgrade my tools to stone, and I found some right near spawn. After 1 minute of work, I was able to get 22 pieces of iron, so now I'm gonna go and smelt this stuff. Although my plans were ruined because the sun was coming down, so I had to build a shelter for the night. My goal wasn't to build a comfy house though, I just needed a place to stay for the night so that I wouldn't die. I will spend some time in the future to build my own house, but for now, this works, cause I can sleep. We survived the first night, and now it is day 2 of Minecraft survival. Then using the chest, I emptied out my inventory, took the iron that had already smelted, and then made myself an iron pickaxe. And also an iron sword just to protect myself. On my way home from a long trip down in the mines, I found 2 pigs who are gonna start breeding and they're gonna provide me a lot of food. Anyways, it was turning to night, so I made myself a door, put in the iron and the coal from the cave trip that I went in earlier today. I also decided that I would need to clean my bed somehow, and what better way to do that than just pee on it? No other man would sleep on your bed if it's filled with urine. And after, with a little bit of help from this horse, I think I finally learned how to tame these guys. But I didn't want to tame him, I wanted to tame the horse that was in front of my house since he's literally been there since day 1. Anyways, now that I have a lot of wood, I want to make my birch shack a little bit more cozy, since I am going to be living in here for a while until I build my own house. I also found a lot of iron in my furnace, so now I decided to make the rest of my armor and the rest of my iron tools. And it was starting to turn to night, so I decided to go to bed without waiting for my mom to tell me to do so. So now I wanted to go look for a place so that I could build my actual new base. Remember, that birch shack is only my temporary home. Anyways, I thought that behind my birch shack would actually be a good place, so I decided to just get rid of all this dirt so that it could be some flat land. I was originally going to use this glass for my new house, but why not just make my birch shack look a little bit more nicer? Day 5, all I did was cut down trees. Here's all the wood that I got. And for days 6 and 7, all I did was go down in the mines to collect some materials. I also fought an enderman, which was really scary, and I got an ender pearl. I wasn't recording, so you're just gonna have to believe me. And for the next 2 days, I just spent my time trapping these villagers in their houses because I wanted to make sure that they lived and that there weren't any zombie attacks. Right here, I went to go get some wood to make some fence gates to trap some of the villagers, and I literally almost fell in lava, at least like 1 block away. Now I know to be more careful because it was super scary, and if I died, that would have been super bad. Also, here's all the villagers if you want to see them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. On day 10, I was able to get a sheep in my animal pen. I also made a bathtub for my rubber duckies to breed in. I also found a cave which is really close to my house that I didn't explore yet. Long story short, I tried to pick a fight with a spider but ended up getting sneak up behind by a creeper. It was super scary, and let's just say that I won't be going back in this cave again. I also made a fishing rod with a string of that spider so I will never forget him. But it was raining outside and I didn't want to take any chances. Day 11, I woke up and felt like adventuring, so that's exactly what I did. So I grabbed my horse and ran off in a different direction, hoping to find some sort of new biome. I found a wandering traveler on my journey, and thanks to him now I can just use my leads to pull any animals I find back to the house. I also trapped a turtle because I love turtles and he's gonna be my friend someday. After a long while of adventuring, I finally found a new biome, the swamp, except it had no new wood or anything useful, so I just left. It is day 12 and me and my horse are doing some more adventuring, except this time we're going the complete opposite way to try and find something good. And just after a little bit, we found something interesting. Dark oak, a new type of wood that we did not have before, so I grabbed a lot of it. Also, on my way to get some spruce trees that was on top of that mountain that I saw before, I found one of these, a ruined nether portal. This one was super cool though, because it was like inside of a cave. This would actually be a pretty cool base, maybe in the future, or just some place to put our nether portal, but I made sure to grab that gold block. It is day 13, and it is finally time to do some building on our new house. I'm super happy for this, and I'll just show you guys whenever I am done. The rest of day 13, 14, and 15 was spent building my house. I literally stink at building, but I felt pretty proud of what I did. Anyways, now it was time to move. I had to take my bed that was in this Berg shack for so long, and all the other stuff. Except I wasn't done with my house at all. As I said before, I stink at building. But I didn't really want the video to be like 10 days of me just building my house. So we're just going to build it every once in a while. Anyways, now it was time to sleep in our new house. I placed down the bed and went to sleep. It is day 16 and it's time for some more house building. Hooray! And like an idiot, I forgot to record for day 17. Basically, these pillager dudes came outside of my home, and I killed the leader guy, and now I have Bad Omen in the corner. And yeah, so this is gonna be bad, because I don't want to end up getting a raid on my village. But I mean, I took them down like a boss. But I forgot that I had a cow, so all I did was grab its milk, and I was able to get rid of the Bad Omen effect. Day 18, I was working on this huge extension for the back of my house. This was going to be like my main lobby where I was going to spend most of my time at. And on day 19, I was able to finish it up. On day 20, in the middle of my lobby, I was going to build some kind of glass water elevator thing leading to something in the bottom of my house, but I didn't really know what to do, so I stopped on that project. It was day 21, and I still hadn't gotten myself any diamonds yet, so I was going to build a mine just so that I'd be safe and so that I could go looking for some diamonds. Also, under my house, I found a skeleton, so I decided to spend the rest of the day lighting this place up. And there, a total of 43 torches. I'm pretty sure no mobs can spawn in here anymore. It is day 22, and I finished my way to get up and out of my mine easily, so now it was time to go and search for those diamonds. And that diamond search continued into day 23, when I finally found something different besides stone. Finding this redstone meant I was close. On day 24, I added stairs to my mine, if anyone cared. And there it was, some bedrock. Since I couldn't keep going down, I decided to go straight. I was gonna find those diamonds. I found some things that looked like diamonds, but I got too greedy and I ended up almost getting lava poured down on my face. I safely made my way up to the lava pool and I was in search for some diamonds. Diamonds! As you can see, the diamonds were shining so bright that it actually got me scared and I had to put my shield up. Anyways, I was clearing out the area and I found some more diamonds. At a moment, I literally thought I wasn't recording, so I had to check if I was. The bad part was, though, that I had to go to school, so I was gonna have to wait 8 hours before I could mine those diamonds. I know I got them diamonds to get, but I need food super badly, and on my search, I found a black sheep. I needed to get this thing home. I didn't have any wheat to lure him, so I literally had to use a bucket. But this dude was trying to escape, and he ended up falling down in a cave. Don't worry, we'll find another black sheep who will actually care and not run away! To calm myself down, I made a hoe and decided to start making a farm. It was day 26, and it was finally time to get those diamonds I found back on day 24. But there were some slime guardians who just jumped in the lava. I cleared out the area, and in total, there were actually 14 diamonds. I only needed 5 though, and you pros would know why. With the diamonds that I had, I made myself a diamond pickaxe. I mined some obsidian so that I could make an enchantment table. What an enchantment table basically does is that if you put your tools or armor into it, you can get better upgrades that'll help you, like protection and stuff like that. And one of those magic spells is called Fortune, which gives you more diamonds if you use it to mine them. Sadly, though, I didn't get in any of the 3 pickaxes that I enchanted, so to calm me down, I mined some obsidian. I made a book hoping to get an enchantment, but it didn't. So to take out my anger, I decided to name it a really rude name. Day 28, I made some more books, but none of them had fortune. My plan was to go to the Nether on day 30, so I crafted some flint and steel along with my obsidian. I decided I was going to build a little pathway here and then put the Nether portal at the end. The pathway in the portal frame is done. On day 30, we will light this place and go to the Nether. Also, thanks to a squid who is now dead, I was able to dye my sheep black. Someday he'll have his own throne room in my house, but for now he's staying right here. I decided that in the nighttime of day 28, I would go mining, and I ran into some more lava. I did the same strategy, dug up, and found some more diamonds, but I wasn't recording, which was pretty dumb of me. After some exploration into this lava river kind of thing, I ended up finding out that this lava lake was the same lava lake that I had found near my first diamonds. I spent the whole day of day 29 just mining some more obsidian, just in case if I am in the Nether and my portal breaks, I have a backup. It was here, day 30, and it was time to explore the Nether. I lit up my portal and then jumped in. I was hoping to end up in one of those new Nether forest things, but I just ended up in a soul sand valley. That stunk, but I couldn't do anything about it, so I just built a little cobblestone shack here. While exploring in a different direction, I'm pretty sure I found some basalt plains, I think it's called, off there in the distance, but I'm not going to explore that today. And I also ended up actually finding a tree in the Nether. I never spawned near these, so I was really happy. And there was some more off in the distance. Looks like my spawn wasn't actually that bad. While I was cutting this tree, I ended up getting shot by a ghast. I was really scared because me and ghasts don't really get along. I ended up just deciding to make a run for it after I got back up to full health. That was pretty scary, and now I'm pretty sure that I will never go back in the Nether again. I want to have all types of animals, so on day 31 I took some sheep and brought them back to my base. I couldn't find any cows, but I remembered that there were some at the village, so I decided to steal them. I was too lazy to bring them back home though, so I just put them in this pen at the village that was literally right next to my house. I decided I wanted to build some stuff under my house, so on day 32 I started the long process of making my land flat. On day 33 I found a zombie in my bathtub, so I killed him. Day 34, I was getting rid of all this dirt because I wanted to make this land flat, as I said before. Day 35, I made a couple of shovels because it's going to take a while to get rid of all this dirt. And I used those shovels throughout day 36, 37, and 38. I was seriously committed to doing this. There were a lot of mobs making their way into my house, so I decided to use some stone and make some stone walls because I'm pretty sure they're not spawning. I'm pretty sure they're just walking in because I have a lot of lights in here. And that's exactly what I did for the beginning of day 39, just building this wall. And today, I was finally finished clearing out the area. Now that I was done clearing out the area under my house, I wanted to move both my animals and my crops there because it would be easier for me to access them. On day 40, I was moving the animals into my underground house when the spider started attacking me. I ended up sadly killing the sheep though. It was kind of sad. So after finishing up the animal pens, I decided to go get a new one. But instead, I ended up bringing some chickens because I know I have a bathtub for them, but I needed some for easier access of food. But now that my chickens were in their pen and starting to breed, I needed to get another sheep. And I found one, and a black sheep! I brought them both home and gave my black sheep some wheat so that way he wouldn't despawn. Day 41, I moved my carrot farm into my house. And I finally made a use for my water elevator thingy. Now I can get up and down from my house a whole lot easier. Day 42, I decided to bring back the animals that I actually cared about to my house. I put them in the front of the house with the sheep who used to be white that I dyed black. Also, I'm starting to get better opportunities with better enchantments. I think the bookshelves really help. And for bookshelves, you need books, and for books, you need leather, so I went to my cow pen and let them all out. Now they are trapped and breeding forever. Day 43, it's time to get rid of all these trees, because it's really looking super ugly. I also went exploring with my horse to get some more dark oak wood, since my house is literally made of it. And here it is, the forest, and another black sheep! Sadly, though, I'm not gonna bring him home. That's such a long ride. But I'll give him some wheat and make me love me. Yay! I was scared because it was almost night. But luckily there was a sheep who gave me exactly 3 pieces of wool just with 1 shear. I made the bed. I fell asleep. And in the morning, I thanked the sheep by giving him some wheat. When I got home, I upgraded my tools since they were literally almost dead. Day 45, I just added a bunch of chests to my house just so that I could keep my stuff a little bit more organized. Day 46, and it is time to turn all my wood into sticks. I made myself a loom so I could change one of the villagers' professions and hopefully trade some sticks with them. That was really dumb though, because that made a shepherd instead of a fletcher. I'm back after searching up how to make a fletching table and mining gravel for about 5 minutes. There he is, boys. It's time to make money off of him. Look at all those emeralds. Instead of saving the emeralds, though, I went to the cleric to try and trade them with him. If you trade with one of these enough, they can actually give you ender pearls, which helps you to beat the game. But since I didn't have any rotten flesh, I had to waste all my emeralds on some redstone. Day 47 was mostly spent hunting cows, both for their leather and for their meat. Using that leather that I got from hunting, I made item frames. That way I could keep more organized. Day 48, I used this bow that I got from a dead skeleton to shoot this creeper since I wasn't able to attack him because of my wall. After using that bow, I noticed that I don't even have a bow as a weapon, and it's really OP, so I made myself one. Now I needed arrows, so I spent the day shoveling up this gravel to get some flint. We ended up getting 50 arrows, which is really good and it'll probably help us for the time right now. Day 49, and we are down at the mines and search for some iron so that we can make a new anvil. And there it is, some iron. It did take a while, but now we got it. There was also some redstone behind the iron, so I decided why not just snag that up too. You know, redstone's actually pretty good to get some levels. It does a way. Is that diamonds? And yup, they were diamonds. Actually 6 in fact. This is really crazy and it's probably making me look like I'm cheating by putting this in. But I don't know, I'm pretty sure we're in just like a really lucky cave. But this is insane. We are gonna get a lot of diamonds. I also stayed up all night and took down all the mobs like a boss. I stayed up to watch the sunrise, cause it is day 50, halfway to 100. Anyways, to start off the day, I made a diamond sword. Day 50, I wanted to do something special, so I was gonna make a cake. Anyways, while I am grabbing the ingredients, I want to say thank you so much for making it this far into the video. This series was really fun to make, and I can't wait to do more episodes. Hopefully we can make it to 200 days. If you want 200 days, tell me down in the comments. I feel like it would be fun to do this, like, maybe every 100 days, like, for day 100, then day 200, and then we just have, like, a whole row of cakes. I don't know, I think that'd be cool. But there it is. I think I'm going to place it right here. I know that my potato farm is covering it, but I don't know. I'm going to move the potato farm probably because I want it to be centered in the middle. But anyways, let's take a bite of this cake. It's for our reward of making it here to day 50. I also put up a sign above the cake because I just felt that happy. Anyways, I grabbed one more diamond, which I felt like I lost, but it was actually on top of the others. And I put it right in my treasure chest item frame because I wanted to flex a little bit. I don't know where the recording went for day 51, but I just went fishing, and I was able to upgrade my fishing rod to an enchanted fishing rod with mending and luck of the sea. I also got a saddle, and I got another horse. Once again, I don't know why the recording didn't save, but I just spent day 51 and day 52 just fishing all day. And on day 53, I also spent the whole day fishing because you can get some pretty good loot. I also got a really good bow with really good enchantment, so I went to combine it with my bow that I had right now. This bow is literally a one-shot for like any animal or creature in the game. It is literally insane. It also has an enchantment called Infinity, which makes you only need to have one arrow in your inventory to use. And that's all the stuff that I got from fishing for 3 days, and that is the horse that I tamed back on day 51. Day 54, I noticed that I was running out of wood, so the day was spent cutting down trees. And then using shears to collect up the leaves for a project I want to do on my house. I was able to cut down most of the trees, but my axe broke, so in the nighttime of day 54, I went and searched for some iron and ended up finding diamonds. As you can see, I was very surprised. And I was bored of waiting for that fortune enchantment to come along, so I just mined up all the diamonds. On day 55, my horse scared me really bad while I was putting stuff in my chest. But anyways, today was the day to retire the old iron armor. And replace it with some diamond armor! Except I didn't really have enough diamonds, so I don't have a boots or a shovel. Day 56, more fishing. And on day 57, I was feeling brave with my new diamond armor, and I went to the Nether. I spent the beginning of the day carving a tunnel to lead to the Crimson Forest. I was super scared fighting mobs, but they ended up only doing half a heart with only one hit, so I think this diamond armor is actually really helping me a lot. I also got a lot of glowstone because they would look much prettier than my torches. And also these things, they're really bright. I also ended up finding a nether fortress, which is pretty insane that it was that close to our nether portal. But anyways, I just stayed up here on the trees because I'm really scared of these wither skeletons. Little did I know, though, that it only took one shot of my bow to kill these guys, so I am really OP now. The rest of the footage was actually sadly lost, but I didn't really do anything special. I just almost died to some piglins. And I found one of these. I'm pretty sure now looking back they're mushrooms, but I thought there were some saplings for the nether trees, so I ended up spending all my bone meal on them. Day 58, we're going back into the nether. Yay! I'm really starting to love this place, but anyways, I just spent the day making a safe path to the nether fortress, because I am super scared. I do not want to die. And I ended up seeing a lot of blazes, but I didn't see a blaze spawner. These are the mobs that you need to kill to beat the game. I was gonna pick up the loot, but I was actually super scared. I also ended up building kind of like a little base on the trees right above the nether fortress, because I am a very safe man. And while I was trying to kill some of these hoglins, I'm pretty sure they were called, I ended up getting a wither skeleton sneaking up behind me. I was super scared because I have no idea what hearts I was on. So I killed him and quickly ran away. I found this blaze which was in my path and ended up killing him. And there weren't any mobs like wither skeletons around, so I safely staircased down and picked up his blaze rod. I turned the blaze rod into blaze powder, and using an ender pearl combining, I made an eye of ender. Using these you can beat the game, but I wanted to make one of these obsidian chest things. I'm pretty sure you need a silk touch enchantment though to use it, so it's not even gonna work. Sadly, all I had recorded for day 59 was just baking some potatoes. So that's all you're gonna get. Day 60, I was gonna work on a second story of my house, and I was gonna move my enchantment table up there. And by the end of the day, I was able to finish it. My enchantment table will be over here. I might put some glass around it just to make it more safer, and then this hallway will lead to some other stuff. I'm not sure yet. Day 61, I was doing some mining because I needed some stuff, and my dumb recording didn't save, and I ended up finding diamonds. So you're just gonna have to believe me from this long mining thing that I have here. You could see that I mined for a while, so you could see that I probably got diamonds. I got also fortune on my pickaxe, so instead of getting 8 diamonds, I actually got 11, which is pretty cool. I made a lot of pickaxes the other day because I thought I was gonna be in the mines for a while, but I wasn't, so I had to make a chest just to store them all. Also, with the diamonds I found the other day, I made myself some diamond boots, and now I have full set of diamond armor. I also made 2 diamond pickaxes and a diamond shovel. Also, I spent the whole night fighting monsters to get some XP, and I got 2 ender pearls from endermen. I was gonna make a huge compilation of me fighting all of them, but my recording didn't save. I spent the whole of day 63 mining some trees since I was running out of wood. Again. After the day was over, I almost got 9 whole stacks of wood, so I'm set for a while. I spent the whole of day 64 mining obsidian, just in case if I needed some in the future. Day 65, I turned 3 of my wood stacks into sticks so that I could trade with a Fletcher and get some emeralds. I also enchanted my chestplate and my pants with some thorns. On day 66 and 67, I went adventuring with my horse, although none of my recordings saved, again, because my Wi-Fi was kind of trash that day. I also killed a lot of cows, so I had a lot of bookshelves from that trip. And I can't find my other horse, so I had to take my original one. But I was able to make it back safe on day 68. And I spent the whole day of 69 just getting a lot of sand. Day 70, I wanted to expand my land, so I had to make the whole place flat, so I covered up all the caves. I also carved out a lot of the hills, which are literally right next to my house. And since I did that, I was able to get rid of ugly parts like this and make it flat. Day 71, I finished clearing out the large area. I was planning on moving all my crops and my animals here, so I was going to have to build a fence. And today I was finally able to record a fight with an enderman. I literally have fought like at least 6 endermans, and this is the first one that I ever got on camera. And I was able to prove that I actually don't summon in those ender eyes and that I'm just super lucky. Day 72, it was time to cut down my wall and let my 2 lands meet. And I decided that now that I was done, it was time to move my animals over. The pen was going to be a huge square and it was going to be split into 4. And I was able to finish it and bring all the animals in on day 73. I was also going to have 2 chests filled with the necessary ingredients to breed them. But then I noticed that both cows and sheep eat the same thing, wheat, so I was going to have to put them in the same row. I had to move the pigs out and bring the sheep in, so I cut down the first fence and then I cut down the second one. I lured all the pigs out with some carrots and then lured all the sheep in with some wheat. After exterminating someone who was in the way, I was able to lock them back up. I tried to lure the pigs in with some carrots, but they decided they'd rather hang out with the chickens. So I had to once again break the fence and lure all the pigs back into their pen. And then doing the same thing with the chickens. That was a nightmare, but I was able to fix it. And in the nighttime, I noticed that my first horse and my black sheep were missing. The lead was still there, but they were gone. It was weird because these animals were still in their pen. And the water chickens were also still here. I thought maybe they'd reappear if I ran away for a little bit and then came back. I picked up a poppy for good luck, but they weren't there. I tried to even take off the lead to see if that would work, but it didn't. My Wi-Fi was kind of trash that day and it kept logging me out of Minecraft, so I think that's why they disappeared. My second horse was also gone, but I'm pretty sure he just ran away. I killed some of my cows for some leather in order to make some item frames. I put a poppy in there to remember my friends. I found a wandering traveler who was actually trading for melon seeds. I ran to the village to trade for some emeralds, picking a dandelion for good luck. But on my way there, I found a horse. This was actually one of my 2 options for my first horse, but I decided to pick the other one. I tamed him, and now he was my new friend. He was perfect. He had lots of hearts and can jump super high. And I was able to get some melon seeds. I picked up this flower since it was the closest thing to my original horse. And then I put it in the item frame, along with the dandelion and the poppy, to remember my 3 friends that I have lost. I wanted to do some trading, and for some reason the Fletcher's asking me for more sticks. I don't know why, I probably just hit him. And on my way back home with my horse, I ended up running into a horse that looked exactly like my second horse. I decided to bring him back home with the saddle of my other horse, and then take off the saddle off of this guy and use it to bring the other horse back home. Day 76 is time to get some of that nether wood. I got a little distracted though with the nether fortress, and I dug down because I wanted to find a blaze spawner. And there it is. I found it relatively quickly. I wanted to build some kind of thing here in the future just so that I could fight them easily, because you need these guys to beat the end of the game. This also led me into a gigantic forest, so I cut down some trees to get some more wood. I ended up making a brewing stand. These can help me make potions, but I'm not very good at it, so if we ever do this, we'll do it in the 200 days. Since I had some extra blaze powder, I decided to make an Eye of Ender. These are how you're supposed to beat the game. You're supposed to throw them into the air, and then it'll lead you to a portal. You jump into the portal and beat the boss, known as the Ender Dragon. But if anything, that's not going to be now. That's going to be in the 200 days. But just for a little sneak peek, I threw it into the air, and it leads to the ocean. So in 200 days, we're going to go that way and beat the Ender Dragon. Day 77, I went back into the nether to get some more wood. I also got some glowstone. I like this light source better than the torches. Anyways, I made it back, and it was time to start working on my little pathway. And I was able to finish it on day 78. And now it was time to space out my glowstone correctly. I read something that says that they need to be placed 6 blocks away from each other so that mobs can't spawn. But 2 days later, a zombie ended up spawning in my house, so I think that I might have to move them around. On day 79, I was working on the glowstone again, and when I broke this and it fell into a cave, I went to pick it up, and I found my second horse! This was amazing. It means so much to me that I found this guy. He's one of my original first friends. I'm pretty sure he got lost when I collected obsidian for a whole day. But at least I actually got him back. This was insane, so I had to make sure I was recording, and sure enough, I was. Day 80, it was time to move my farm right across of the animal pen, so I placed down my wheat, my carrots, my potatoes, and my sugarcane. I also placed my melon seed off camera, so I wanted to pick it up to put it back on, but I ended up breaking it. I ended up going fishing to calm myself down. I got a saddle and placed it in my last item frame to respect my first horse. Day 81, I spent the whole day fishing. The next day, my horse and I had went on an adventure to find a replacement for the black sheep that had crashed out of my game. And we found one. If you remember, I gave this fella some wheat back on day like 40, so he never despawned. And I basically spent the whole day trying to bring him back home. We had our original horse, which stayed right here. We have this horse, who was my original horse's replacement. We have our replacement for the original Blackie. And this llama from that wandering traveler who was selling melons. Over here near the front of my house, we have my second horse replacement. We have a sheep who we dyed black. We have my first pig and my first cow that I've captured. We have our original second horse who is still with us. And all the rubber duckies. Day 83, I spent the day hunting for cows, or any animal that drops leather, because I'm trying to finally finish my enchantment room. I went in a different direction, and I was able to learn that my whole world isn't just surrounded by ocean. There's a lot of mountains, trees, and different biomes that I haven't even seen yet. Anyways, I came home with all the leather I needed, so I crafted them into books, and then crafted them into bookcases. Then I went to my special enchantment place and placed them down. Now we can get the best enchantments, which is pretty cool. Day 84, I tried to MLG water off of my roof, but I ended up almost dying. And I also tested out the enchantments I can get on the books, and they're really good. I also found a black sheep who spawned right in front of my house. My old house, that is, the birch shack. So I decided to just let him in. I fed him some wheat, and now he's gonna be the proud owner of the birch shack. On day 85, I found one of the pillager captain dudes right outside of my home. I decided to kill him. Back on day 50, I wanted to do a raid to make this 100 days more interesting. But now it's literally almost the 100th day. I think we've only got like 15 more days. So doing a raid might be very risky, and ending up dying and losing all this stuff that I've gotten would be super bad. To be honest, I spent most of the day thinking if I should do this raid or if I should not. Usually YouTubers get a lot of pillager people coming to their house, like literally dozens upon dozens. But this is only the second time in 85 days that it's happened. I decided that I might not have another chance to do it, so I'm going for it. I have 2 golden apples just to keep me safe if I make it down to like 2 hearts. Anyways, I was going upon the village, waiting to get that raid effect. Most of my villagers were captured in the house, so they were okay. And it started. I decided that I was gonna stay on top of the houses, because I have a really good bow and I could shoot them down very easily. The raid had started, and there only ended up being 4 raiders that I had to kill. This was very surprising, but I just decided to go in for it. Once again, this is my first time doing this, so I was super scared and nervous the whole time. And there it is, I completed the first wave of the raid. And there it is, the second wave is starting. I'm gonna keep on doing my tactic of staying on top of these roofs. But most of the illagers got stuck in this pond, so I had to get out and try and kill them. And now it wasn't just the people with the crossbows, we had people holding axes trying to hit me. And this wave also ended up only having 4 raiders. The third wave of the raid started, and the Ravengers started coming in. These guys are huge, and I was really scared, but he fell in the pond, just like almost all the others. Once again, these raids are really good for loot. The Ravengers drop saddles, and most of the raiders drop emeralds. I made my way on top of a house and went to sleep before the 4th wave. I waited and waited, but they were nowhere to be seen. I'm not sure if this is a glitch with like Pocket Edition or something, but they just didn't appear at all. I even used a Ravenger's saddle to tame a horse, just so that I could search better, but there was no such luck. They were nowhere to be seen. I just decided to cut my losses and then go home. Day 87, I spent the day looking at enchantments. I also enchanted my boots and my helmet. In the morning of day 88, I ended up unexpectedly getting poisoned by a witch. This was probably the scariest part of the series, since I was at half a heart, and any zombie or thing could just come up behind me and kill me. I was super scared, like no joke. I know, I haven't even used my regular house, and I'm building another extension. This time I'm building a dock just so that I could fish more safely, and that way I could get to my house a lot quicker. On the morning of day 89, the best day of the series, I started fighting some Endermen, and there was actually 2. I took on 2 at once. This is my way to repay you guys for not recording any of the other Enderman fights. And once again, I got Ender Pearls from both of them. My luck in the series is literally insane. It probably looks like I'm cheating, but I promise you I'm not. I just have such good luck. I was also able to finish the dock today. Hooray! Now I could easily fish from here and then just make my way back to my bed to go to sleep. And with my new dock, I spent the whole of day 90 fishing. Day 91, I want to get some of the old Minecraft feels, so I'm going to go strip mining. After about 5 minutes, I ended up running into lava, so I decided to dig above it just to check if there were any diamonds near there, and there were. I'm actually happy I was able to find some of these, so I can finally prove myself mining some diamonds. And I'm using the fortune enchantment this time, and I ended up getting 7 diamonds instead of 6. Once again, fortune doubles, or sometimes doubles your diamonds amount. I only have fortune 1, so fortune 3 would have probably given me like 11 or something. But instead of saving my diamonds, I decided to waste them on 2 more diamond pickaxes. In the morning on day 92, I decided to check the enchantments that I could get. And I actually have a chance of getting Fortune 2 if I have enough levels. Then I could combine it with my Fortune 1 and then get Fortune 3 and get more diamonds. Hooray! I also wasted my last diamond that I got the previous day to repair my diamond shovel. On day 93, I woke up to a zombie pigman. At least, I think that's what they're called. That's what they used to be called, so I'm just gonna call them that. Anyways, I decided to use a name tag I got from fishing to name him, because I wanted to capture him and for him to be my prisoner. And to make sure a hostile mob like this one doesn't just despawn or mysteriously disappear, you need to give them a name. Anyways, to lure him over, I had to hit him to make sure that he would chase me. Then I lured him into this hole. Then I was able to make it out safely, and I was able to capture him. Day 94, I had to retire my shield because it was almost out of durability, and then I made a new one. Then I spent the rest of the day fishing. And that fishing continued into day 95. Although after that, I noticed that my second horse just randomly went missing. I spent most of the day looking for him. Day 96, the search was back on. I saw a horse in the distance on top of this hill, and it ended up being my horse. I have no idea how he got up here, but I'm just happy that he's here now. Anyways, today I spent the day exploring the cave system under my house. At first I thought it wasn't going to be that huge, but it ended up being super huge. There were giant lakes of lava, and there's probably a lot of diamonds around here. I was too scared though to keep going on because I didn't want to die on day 96, 4 days before the big 100. So I went back up to the surface and just was happy with what I was able to get. Well, actually, to be honest, I didn't get that good of loot, but it just felt so good to go back into a cave system and do something different. Day 97, I decided I wanted to go exploring with my horse, and I went in the only direction that I hadn't explored yet. And only after about 3 or 2 minutes of searching, I found a pillager outpost. These are the guys that attack you for raids on villages. This is actually insane that we found one. Now we can start raids whenever we want. And also, there was a village right behind it. This is crazy, a pillager outpost and a village in the same area, and this village is huge. I don't think I'm going to raid it, or steal any stuff from it at the moment. And just after getting on my horse, I ended up finding a ruined nether portal. 3 structures right next to each other. I think that if we make it to 200 days, we'll build a nether portal here, just so that we have an easy way to get from our house to here. I also found this really cool swamp purple looking farmer villager. I want to villager nap him someday. Anyways, my horse and I did a little bit too much exploring and it ended up turning dark on us. I also found an enderman, and he dropped an ender pearl. Although I didn't have enough space for my inventory, so I decided to throw all these eggs out, and I ended up throwing the ender pearl and using it. Anyways, I just went in a random house and cried myself to sleep. Day 98, we're almost there to the big 100. It was sadly time to go back home though, so I did a little bit more admiring of this purple villager and rode back home with my horse. Once again, if we ever do end up coming here again, that'll probably be on the 200 days. Maybe this villager town will be our raid town, or maybe ours will be our raid town. I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure it's glitched since that raid bar won't go away though. And we made it back home on the mountain and I was able to see our village. I know I haven't really done anything at all in these 100 days, but on day 98, which was today, I wanted to go visit all the places that I'd been to. For example, like this ruined nether portal on the side of this mountain. Or this forest that we took a lot of dark oak from. Also, seeing the birch shack that we built back on day 1, still here, almost on day 100, was just amazing. I remember this old shack. There's still stuff in the chest. I think my first iron, stone, and wooden tools. This is literally insane. We also got some animals here in the animal pen and our new house. The mine down there, and then this hallway which leads to nothing. We have our giant area down here in the middle, our enchantment table and not finished hallway, and our nether portal. Also our fishing dock. Can't forget about this one. We got our water elevator thingy, we have our pigman that we captured, and all of our animals, our replacement for our first horse, our raid horse, our melon llama, and our second horse. Oh, and that cake that we made back on day 50. These random furnaces and crafting tables too have been here for a while, and our old friends that we have lost. And one of them being our first horse, which is still here with this banner. We got these trees that I put here because I thought they would look nice, our animal pen, and our crops. And last but not least, our rubber duckies. I also spent the nighttime of day 98 fighting bad guys, and I found some of these illager people and ended up getting Bad Omen again. I was gonna wait to fight off this other illager before I pick up my third Bad Omen flag, but this creeper ended up blowing it up, and he blew up a portion of my house. I was able to fix it though, so no worries. In the morning of day 99, I watched the sunset go up. I spent the whole day building this giant 100, just to congratulate myself. Then I filled it up with signs of people who supported me, my family, and people I looked up to. It turned dark pretty quickly though. I was planning on watching the sunset for day 100, but I was just too excited at the moment to finish up that giant statue I was working on, and I went to sleep. But we did it! It is day 100. We spent 100 days in Minecraft without dying once. I finished up the rest of the signs and looked at my statue with pride. And since it was day 100, it was time to make our 100-day cake. Anyways, just like on day 50, I had all the materials that I needed at my base, so I was able to make it pretty quickly. But here it is. I survived 100 days in Minecraft. This cake is a cheers for 200. It really stinks that I lost my first horse, but at least I still have my second one. And I want to do something very special with him since he has been here for a lot of the series. As you can tell, I went fishing a lot, and that's because I was fishing for name tags, because for the 100th day, I wanted to name my horse. I actually did get a name tag, but I ended up wasting it on that pig man right over here, which I called Jimmy. But anyways, we're going to actually name our horse with this name tag right here. I ended up naming it something that meant a lot to me. He will now be named Rocky, my second horse. But now we are done. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It did take a while to do, so I'd appreciate it if you leave a like, or if you're new, subscribing, because I'm planning to do 200 days very soon. I know this wasn't very professional since I was playing on my iPad and on Pocket Edition, but anyways, I still hope that you enjoyed this video. It did take a while to do, and even though I was playing on Pocket Edition, it was more efficient to record more regularly. Anyways, it was time to sleep for the last day on day 100. You might remember back on day 1 when I made this birch shack, and I decided it would be fitting for the last day to sleep in the same place that I did on the first day. Anyways, I will be going to bed now, so see you on day 101. Yo guys, before this video ends, I just want to say thank you so much. If you watched this whole video, you are a legend. Like, thank you so much. Anyways, I just want to talk a little bit about what happened in these days real quick. If you want, you could just leave the video, but it won't take too long. So, I was originally going to do a Let's Play series where I would talk while I was playing, but I'm so happy I did this because it was, like, better, because in stressful situations, I didn't have to talk. Looking back at the footage, whenever I was in a stressful situation, I wasn't even talking. I was probably just holding my breath, hoping not to die. So yeah, I'm just super glad that I did this kind of format from Luke the Notable. You guys are probably already subscribed to him, but if you're not, go subscribe to him, because Joseph told me he didn't even watch the series. Gamer Kid didn't even watch the 1,000-day series, so you guys need to go check it out. It's super amazing. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed my interpretation of it. Also, I learned some tricks, so 200 days won't be as long, as boring, because I definitely learned some stuff not to do whenever I do the 200 days. Anyways, this series, I'm kind of looking at it as, like, a learning experience, because it was my first time doing a raid, and in 200 days, it will hopefully be my first time beating the Ender Dragon. But yeah, this is so fun to do. It was so fun to do, like, actually. So just thank you so much. Thank you so much if you watched this whole video. Thank you guys for supporting me and everything that all of you guys have done. Thank you guys so much. Anyways, also, we might do a season 2. And by season 2, I don't mean 200 days. I mean, if I ever die in this series, like, hopefully we can make it to, like, 1,000 days. But if I ever die, then I'll do a season 2 where we start from day 1 again. And we just do another series. That might be, if we ever do that season 2, that might be on the computer too, because there was literally black bars in the side, because my iPad's kind of in the shape of a square, so the recording went on like a square, so it wasn't really that professional. Again, there was black bars on the side, and it looked very bad, but I just still hope you guys enjoyed it. there was a lot of parts where I actually lost footage and stuff like that, and it was very upsetting because I really wanted to prove myself. Like, on day 5, I fought an Enderman, and my recording didn't even save. And, like, diamonds, whenever I got diamonds, my recording wouldn't save, so it was pretty stressful. My Wi-Fi was kind of trash for a few days, I think for, like, at least 20 of the days. So, yeah, it was very weird. You even noticed that, if you guys noticed, my skin changed to Steve, because my Wi-Fi was just, like, weird, and it even changed my skin, which was pretty weird, and it also changed my name to Steve. So, yeah. But, yeah. Also, about the horse, my first horse that just disappeared, I'm pretty sure that's because my Wi-Fi was kind of trash that day, and it kept logging me out of Minecraft. So, I think it kind of crashed my game or something, I don't really know. But, yeah, everything in this video was real, everything wasn't done in survival, I promise you guys. Anyways, that should be it. Also, the recording in the beginning of the video, that was my original world for this, but my recording didn't save on that world, so I had to make a whole new world. And the series probably would have been a lot different if I played on that world. I was very upset when I lost the footage, but I'm just so glad that I did, because I was able to start this new world. Or if you guys want a season 2, we could play on that original world, but I think you guys would like to start from the beginning. Anyways, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I spent a lot of work in it. So just thank you guys so much. Thank you for all the support, all of you guys who've given me support. Regular videos coming back to normal soon, and that is it. See you guys later. See you in 200 days.